Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the AC generator. AC generator is based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. We need to write this principle in detail. And what is an AC generator? It is a device which converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, where the current changes direction after every half cycle. Into electrical energy. Right now, AC generator means alternating current generator. That's why I've written this. This is actually alternating current generator. Right, so let's first discuss the construction. So the construction is that a rectangular coil, that is armature, is placed between the two magnets, north and south magnets, and where the axis of the coil is perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. So look at the direction of magnetic field, it is from north to south, and this is the axis. Right, PQRS is an armature. Armature is the coil actually. These are two slip rings. Slip rings are the reason that AC is produced. If we would have taken split rings, then that is called as DC generator, because their direct current is produced. These are carbon brushes. So carbon brushes are in contact with the slip rings. The output is taken across this. These carbon brushes are having soft contact with the slip rings, right? So these are providing only the contact, and then these are helping in transferring this output through the load, right? So what is the principle? The principle is electromagnetic induction. What does that mean? That whenever flux related to any closed coil changes, an induced current is generated in it, right? So here also a coil is rotated in magnetic field with its axis perpendicular to it. Then an induced EMF is generated in the coil, and as a result induced current is produced in it. So you can write the principle in detail. When a closed coil is rotated in uniform magnetic field, the magnetic flux changes resulting in the production of induced EMF and induced current in it. Now here we need to mention one more thing over here. When a closed coil is rotated in uniform magnetic field with its axis perpendicular to magnetic field, the magnetic flux changes resulting in the production of induced EMF and induced current in it, right? So this was the principle. So let's write down the construction now. So construction, we have first part is field magnets. So these are the magnets between which the coil is placed. Coil, that is called as armature, and then we have slip rings, right? Slip rings are circular. Then we have carbon brushes, which is a conducting contact. Conducting contact with slip rings, right? And it transfers output to the load. Right? So this is the construction part. Now we'll just check out what is the working. So one more thing here for slip rings, these are coaxial. So look at the diagram. In this, the axis of the slip rings is same, right? And one end of the wire is connected to one slip ring, the other end of the wire is connected to the other slip ring. Right now I have not drawn the direction of the current. So for understanding the working, let's look at this. This is, I'm showing as your coil PQRS, right? So I'll just compare it with this. First of all, look at this. We know that when this coil is rotating in the magnetic field, what is happening? Orientation is changing. If the orientation changes, what is the formula for the magnetic flux? The formula is BA cos theta. Here the magnetic field is uniform, right? Orientation between the areal vector and the magnetic field is theta. So this is changing here. So that means the flux is changing. So when flux changes, induced EMF and the induced current are produced. So what is happening here? If you have to find out the direction of the induced current, what happens? Look at the right hand. We know that Fleming's right hand rule is used for finding the direction of induced current. So look at this. This is my right hand. This is A, B, C. Right? This is the direction of the motion of the coil. This is the magnetic field and this is the direction of the current. So look at this. Let me write. This is B and this is C and this is motion. Motion I can't mention because I'll denote it by this. If the coil is rotating like this, if your coil is this, right, and this is rotating like this, here we have one magnet, here we have another magnet. So if it is rotating like this, so if you look at the right hand, magnetic field direction is this way, the direction of motion is this way. Now this is your coil PQRS, magnetic field is this way, motion is this way, upward, it is moving like this. So motion is this way. So what is the direction of the current? See, central finger is giving the direction of current. This is the direction of current. So look at this, the direction of current in the coil will be filmed from P to Q, right? So now this is the direction of current, right? Now if it becomes vertical, initially it was moving this way, now it becomes vertical, and due to inertia it again becomes like this. Now look at this, this is attached to the slip ring, right? So if it is attached to the slip ring, suppose this end is attached to the slip ring, so when it is moving this way, now it is moving this way, so this is still connected to the slip ring. I hope you are getting it. So this was the first end which is connected to the slip ring like this. When this is rotating, so this is still connected to the slip ring like this, right? So this way it is still having the connect with the same slip ring. Now look at this, it has moved like this, then due to inertia it comes like this. Now in this position it is trying to move downwards, it is trying to become like this. So this is the end P, look at this, this is P, this is P, that means this is Q, this is still Q, okay, this is R, that means, and this is S, that means this is S, right? So initially your coil was like this, it moved like this, then due to inertia it comes like this. Now look at the direction of the current, again right hand thumb rule. Now what is the direction of magnetic field? The magnetic field direction is this way only, if I am looking at this, right? So direction of the magnetic field is this way. Now your thumb is, it is moving like this now, so the coil is moving this way, so magnetic field, motion, and again the direction now is this way according to the finger. But now if you look at the direction S R, now the direction is from S to R. So the new position I am drawing here just for the explanation. So this is R, this is S, this is P, and this is, sorry, this is Q, and this is P. Now the direction is like this, right? So what is happening is, initially this was PQRS and the direction of the current was PQ, and here also you can find out this is RS. Now if it is moving like this, that means RS is going down if we are talking about this case. So now right hand thumb rule, this is the magnetic field, this is the direction of motion, this is RS. Now RS is moving down, this is magnetic field, so the direction of current will be RS in this case. So this is RS. So initially what was the direction of current? PQRS. So this is the case of PQRS. If you look at this again, previously it was PQRS like this, and then it is now this position, now it has become this. Now it is RS, as we can see this is magnetic field, this is the motion, this is the current. So SR is the direction of the current now, this is SR. And in QP branch, look at this, this is the magnetic field, this is the motion. So this is the direction Q to P, look at this, right? So this is Q to P, this is the direction of current. So here look at this, S to R, R to Q, and Q to P, and P to again S, and here S to again P. So look at this, here PQRS, right? And here SRQP, SRQP. So you can see here the forward direction of current, here the direction of the current is SRQP. So the direction of the current is reversed due to the presence of the slip rings. Again, I hope you understood that. Let me recap it. This is PQRS. If the direction of the magnetic field is like this, the direction of the motion is like this. So this is the direction of motion. The current will be central finger. Look at this, right? In the same thing, if you look at the direction, this branch, RS branch, this is the direction of magnetic field. This is the direction of motion. So this will be the direction of current, that is RS. Now here it has become like this and then like this. So here again, this is the direction of magnetic field, this is the direction of thumb, is the direction of motion. So this will be SR will be the direction of current. If you look at this branch, here it is moving down. So this is the direction of motion, this is the direction of magnetic field. So QP will be the direction of current. So due to slip rings, the direction of current is reversed, right? So this was the working here, and we can calculate the expression for mathematical expression. So what is the formula for the magnetic flux, beta? Flux is BA cos theta, and we know that omega is theta upon t. Therefore, theta is equal to omega t. Let's mark this as first equation, this as second equation, right? Then what will be the EMF? EMF will be minus rate of change of flux. So this gives me minus d by dt of BA cos, and I'm putting the value of theta as omega t. So this I am marking as equation 3, right? From here you can differentiate it. E becomes uniform magnetic field, B can be taken out. Area is same, it can be taken out. So d by dt of cos omega t, that means differentiation of cos omega t. This gives me minus BA cos theta, the differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta, but it is the coefficient of t is omega. So this omega will be written out. And how many number of turns are there in the coil? Suppose n number of turns are there in the coil, then I will multiply by n for the total flux. So this n has to be taken out. So what our formula becomes? This EMF is equal to n b a omega sin omega t, right? For maximum value of EMF, sin omega t is 1. That means omega t is equal to 90 degree, right? So from here, that maximum value can be denoted by E naught, or this is also called as peak value. This can be written as n b a omega. So if I am marking this as equation 4, this as 5, so from 5 in 4, what will be our expression for EMF? The expression will be E is equal to E naught sin omega t. So this is our final expression for the EMF generated by AC generator, right? So this is the generated by AC generator. Now we can draw the graph for the variation of EMF with time. We can also plot the direction of current with time, because current varies as potential, and then we can also plot the graph for the variation of flux with time. So this is current with time and this is flux with time. We can mark the complete time period by t. So for EMF it is sinusoidal graph, right? For current also it is sinusoidal graph, right? But what is the formula for flux? This is BA cos theta, that is BA cos omega t. So it will be according to cos. So this will be right. So this will be the value of maximum, that is peak value of EMF. This is the peak value of current, because V is equal to IR. So I is equal to E upon R. So this can be written as E naught sine omega t upon R. Here I naught is equal to maximum value of current is this, that is the peak value. So therefore the formula for the current becomes I is equal to I naught sine omega t. So this was all about the alternating current generator. That's all for now. Have a nice day.